It's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks as they match up with Jared Goff in the NFC champion LA Rams. I'll see you again with scores and updates at halftime. But for now, it's my distinct pleasure to hand things over to our broadcast team. It's Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
Coach, this is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. And a few short moments ago, running back Todd Gurley trying to fire up the Ram faithful here in Southern California as his guys get set to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And Charles, we've got two NFC West teams here. Your assessment of the state of the division coming into 2019, is it the Rams to lose?
We saw the changing of the guard with the Rams taking over from Seattle a couple of seasons ago. But Seattle got back in the game pretty fast, didn't they? You remember preseason last year? It was doom and gloom. They ended up in the playoffs. Arizona, they're kind of hitting the reset button. It's San Francisco to keep your eye on. With good health, good drafts, they could be the team that can really contend.
The AFC's Pro Bowl kicker from a year ago, Jason Myers, will get us started. And we are underway here in Los Angeles. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Rams offense ready to go to work. And it's Jared Goff who leads them out. #1 overall pick back in 2016. If you look at it, his rise falls right in line with the arrival of Sean McVay as head coach. 2 years ago, 0-7 start as a rookie. But since then, 24-7 in the regular season the last 2 years. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Now it's Goff off the bootleg. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time you had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw, Goff. Dumps it off to Gurley. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Here goes tonight. Like 20.
Out of the gun, Goff. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now it's Lockett. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. No score after 1 on EA Sports. From the 44, Wilson. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Here's Wilson. That's caught by Hollister. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the 1st half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. Now Wilson looking middle, and it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw again, Wilson. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 23.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Watch your slap, watch your slap, watch your slap.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Wilson will throw again. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. Myers' kick is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. CD, as the Rams come back out here, you know, we've got a few Jekyll and Hyde teams in the NFL this season. Cowboys come to mind, the Bears, Buccaneers, but maybe none more than these L.A. Rams. One in Arizona, their 5th straight over the Cards, moves them to 7-5 on the year. But just look at the last 2 games. Thoroughly dominated by the Ravens at home, then thoroughly dominate the Cardinals on the road. What gives with this team?
I don't know, and we'd all love to have that answer in hand because we figured this was a team that would compete for the Super Bowl again. Offensively, they've struggled. Offensive line has been a little bit in flux. Todd Gurley hasn't been the runner we've seen over the last few seasons, so that has hurt them in a big way. Defensively, you mentioned getting dominated by Baltimore. They ran the heck out of the ball against them, and that's not something you see against an Aaron Donald front. But, boy, that looked like the Rams we expected against Arizona. And hello, Jared Goff, and welcome back. 32 of 43, 424 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's the quarterback the Rams expected to have all season long.
And right now, they're on the outside looking in for a playoff spot. Kind of a tough schedule to finish. Seattle, Dallas, San Fran, Arizona. 2 on the road and 2 at home. They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long. He gets it to Cooks. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Returnable for Lockett. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Out comes the Rams defense now as they get ready for the next possession. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit, they've had some big-time hits.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all, but you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to add takeaways to it. You need to have more of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing.
By the way, when I tried that and I bounced back, I noticed that you laughed with everyone else. You didn't try to get in my corner.
No. Someone had just told me a joke on the other side.
Right,
I missed it. Totally missed it.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports halftime report. This one's been all about the defense. Just a lone field goal in that first half, and as a result, not too much available in terms of highlights. But that's okay. We've got a full half to go. And to bring it your way, let's get back out to Brandon and Charles.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Rolling to his right, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Corey Littleton able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of a yard.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Now it's Carson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete. It's Gordon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They run it with Carson. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. On 2nd and goal, Wilson. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So Goff and the Rams down 10-0. A minute 53 remaining. They've yet to dent the scoreboard tonight. Now they've got to do it twice late if they want a chance here. Jared Goff, 4 times last year he led the Rams on a fourth-quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 29 yards, first down. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. Now Goff. And that's complete to Cooks. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Cooks now in his second season with the Rams. He's had 4 straight years over 1,000 yards. He had 2 with the Saints, 1 with New England, and then he went over 1,000 again last year with the Rams. 80 catches, 1,204 yards. Now we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Throwing again on second down. Goff. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Move 15.
They'll begin the drive with Carson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down. It's caught. Lock it. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
180.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Goff. Now a desperation throw deep down. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that zero. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little, too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And they're back now. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So with just a second to play, we'd have to see something crazy here for them to have a chance. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defensive.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Los Angeles.